All right, so we're starting 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 20th Perpetual Protocol community call. It's really great to have you here. And today we actually have some a slightly different format than usual. We have Hannah and Xing joining me on the call.
Hi.
Hello.
This is my first time.
Yeah, so today we're going to have a bit more of a casual format where we just have a chat about the recent goings on at Perpetual Protocol, recent news, and also share some upcoming things. And we're going to try and do this every 2 weeks on a regular basis. And we'll go over the newsletter. So if you already receive our newsletter, some of this news might be like pretty familiar to you. But if not, this is a great way to get the latest news. So I'll pass it over to Hannah and we can get started with the latest.
Okay, let me share screen. Where's the screen to share?
This is
I like your shirt, Hannah.
Yes, it's my favorite Perpetual Protocol shirt. You can we get it from our shop? Can we?
Yeah, it's on the shop. Looks very Supreme.
Yeah. But I can't find the. I think this is the one. So can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right, so cool. We have a lot to cover for today's team update. So the format will be team updates and then Q&A. So if you have any questions, you can leave them in the chat or like in the YouTube chat or on Discord channel. There's a community call question channel, I think, and we will cover them after the team updates. So I think there are 3 parts for the team updates. Let's start from highlights from the last development sprint. So for the past 2 weeks, there are a couple highlights from the engineering side. More exciting thing is now we have Sandbox and Chainlink for everyone to trade on our platform. So it was funny because when I chat about Sandbox with Lee today, he said he didn't know about that. Because I wanted to ask you about, hey, what do you think about Sandbox? And he never heard about that. Can you imagine?
You don't know what Sandbox is?
Yeah, I guess I'm too old for that.
No, you're not. Yeah, unless you're from like 90s. Otherwise, it's really, really popular. So it's like a Second Life GAN. It's not DeFi, but it's more like GameFi. And you can buy lands and you can buy, I think you can create 3D models and make it NFTs and you can display in a GAN. I haven't really played yet. Xing, have you played that? Sandbox?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, but
I'm not really a gamer.
But you must have heard of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, if you like Sand or Link, now you can go long or short on Perpetual Protocol. And I think many people are wondering how we pick which markets to list. So Xing, do you think you can share the process?
Yeah, definitely. So basically, every time we list a new market, it has already gone through a process through token listing DAO. So this is a committee that are people, all the perp holders voted on snapshot, and they selected this 6 people be part of the committee, and all the new market that will go through them, they have to vote it and pass. Only if they pass the vote, then we can list the new market. So anyone from the community, if you want us to list any new market, any idea or suggestion, you can just come to our Discord and find the person that you follow that is in the committee. So the most well-known will be David from our Prevengelist. He's in the committee. McKenna, who's big on Twitter, and we have 4 other people that you can just mention them, and then bring up your proposal. We tend to like to list new markets that has potential of collaborating with Perpetual. So for example, like Sandbox, we chatted with Sandbox. They are very happy to work with us to provide the Perp NFT as a part of the campaign rewards. So this is one thing that we value a lot, that if we have any collaboration opportunity, we'll put that in priority to list this token. Yeah.
Cool. So do we know what's next, or is it still a secret?
So we recently just listed Cosmos yesterday, and yeah, there will be one coming up tomorrow. So we'll see.
That's cool. Right. And next one is we are in the process of auditing by Trail of Bits. And this is really important for us. Security is the top priority. And then next up is the referral code integration. Do you think the text is big enough for the audience, or should I make it like this? Is it okay?
Yeah, that's great.
Fine. Okay. Right. So for the referral code integration, this is really exciting because this used to be only for the partners, but now everyone can generate a code and become a referral partner. So I think it's really common in crypto, so we don't need to explain. But I want to ask Lee, do you know our current top referrers, like top referral partners? How do you do it?
Yeah, that's a great question, because the top referral partners actually earn a lot of money.
Yeah.
They get like pretty big rewards every week. So the top ones are McKenna and another guy called Cuban. And both of them, I would say a big part of their success is that both of them are already pretty well known on Twitter, crypto Twitter. They're sort of like pretty well known, although not like, not super well known. Like McKenna has, last I checked, maybe like close to 4,000 followers, and Cuban has a bit more. The main thing is that they're like pretty serious about trading. So they also have some like trading groups, private trading groups that they're in, where they promote Perpetual Protocol. So they've promoted us a lot on Twitter, which has been really helpful. And they promote us with their friends in the private groups. Also, something really cool that Cuban did was when he started being a referral partner, and both of these guys have been a referral partner for quite a while. So when Cuban started out, what he did actually was he set up his own Discord server, and because people want to follow him to get like indicators and other data for trading to help them trade. So he set up a Discord where he promised to share this sort of insider tips. And as part of the, like to get access to the Discord, you have to sign up as his referral partner, or as his referral trader rather. So that's a pretty cool way of like, he combined two things together to get people to join up as a referral trader. So I would say, yeah, if you want to be a referral partner, then it's really helps a lot if you have some cool idea that's going to make people want to sign up with you, and that'll help a lot.
Wow, that's so cool. Yes, actually, sometimes I will watch YouTube videos, and there are a lot of like, I'm not sure, is it like a trading masters, and they would tell us like when to go long, when to go short, and what would be the next chain or something. And I think they put out the referral link as well. So I think it's similar, right? So it's like you just listen to them and make money. And I think many of them will show their position, like I have multi-million long position for Bitcoin, and you should go long now. Is it like that?
Well, I would definitely be pretty careful with those YouTube ones. They tend to be a little bit, some of them can be pretty sketchy, but I think guys like Cuban are pretty well known because like they have a pretty good track record. But I think a lot of, they don't just give out the information to everybody. They definitely, you have to be part of their community. So yeah, if you're interested in joining like Cuban's community, for example, you can ask on our Discord, and we can like let you know how to join, or you can just go to his Twitter and join. But of course, there's no guaranteed profit from any of these. So yeah, definitely do your own research and never trade more than you can afford to lose. These are like the basic principles in crypto. Yeah.
Right. All right. And also another news about this is we are running a MacBook Mania campaign. So you can get 30 MacBook. No, my bad. There are 30 MacBooks to give away. And it's new. I think it's a new MacBook M1, and it's the most powerful MacBook Pro ever, right? So
Yeah,
Xing, do you want to
14
share?
inch.
14
It's
inch.
14 inch MacBook Pro. So this campaign, you can have a chance to win the MacBook, be the referral trader or be the referral partner. So we're giving away 30 MacBook, 25 out of the 30 MacBook will go to referral partner and 5 will go to the trader. So if you just sign up and trade, you get a chance to win 5 out of the 30 MacBook. For the 25 MacBook, 5 out of it will go to the top referral partner. So based on the volume that you referred, the top 5 will guarantee to get the MacBook, and then the rest 20 will be picked by random. There is some qualification to be eligible to participate in the campaign. So it's actually very easy. You just refer 10 people and ask those 10 people to trade 5K volume each, and then you have to tweet out, share your referral code, and then this 10 people that you refer, ask them to comment their ETH address that they use to trade under your tweet. So make it a tweet thread, and we're going to check if they actually made 5K. And then this people who have traded, they can get a chance to win the MacBook. And other than the MacBook, we are also giving away 1,000 perp t-shirts to the first 1,000 people who signed up. So
is it this one or not?
Actually, we're gonna give you a coupon where you can just shop on our store. So you can choose the one that Hannah is wearing, or you can buy something even more like a hoodie, and you will get a discount. So the most important part is you just need to sign up. So you don't even need to place a trade. The first 1,000 people, there's still lots of room that you go sign up, and then you can get the t-shirt.
And what's the deadline? I think there's a deadline.
So we kicked off this campaign last Thursday. It's only going to be around for 2 weeks. It's going to end next Thursday on March 4th. So you still get around a week long to participate. So still not too late.
Yeah, I think we will get a lot of signups tonight for the t-shirt, for the coupon.
And aside from the MacBook Pro and 1,000 t-shirt, we're also giving away one iPhone 13 Pro.
Right. That's crazy.
Yeah. And this is even easier. You just need to go to retweet and like our official tweet. You don't need to do anything else. Just retweet and like, and we'll pick a winner.
Yeah. So just check out our Twitter and they can find a link, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's so cool. So just sign up and you can get the t-shirt. You might get the t-shirt. Is it like they will get the t-shirt, or it's like a raffle?
The first 1,000.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So hurry up.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So next one is more bridging options. So we added some new bridging options so you can move your assets to Optimism easily. So bridging shouldn't be an issue anymore. So this for this one. Next one is updated liquidity mining rewards. So the distribution of liquidity mining rewards has been changed to per market basis, where it used to be one pool for all markets, if I understand correctly. So Lee, can you explain a little like how it works for our audience?
Yeah, that's right. So when from the time the liquidity mining started, I think it was in December until last week, or about 2 weeks ago now, there was, like Hannah said, there's one pool of perp rewards, and they were just given out to all the traders or all the liquidity providers, right, based on the amount of liquidity that they provided, actually based on the fees that they earned. So what we wanted to do instead was to make sure that markets that have less liquidity can have basically higher rewards. So now each market will have its own pool of 5,000 per week rewards. So if there's a pool that has very little liquidity, that means that you can get a bigger share of those rewards if you provide liquidity for that market. Or if there's a pool with like a lot of liquidity already, then you will have you'll end up earning less. So this encourages people to provide liquidity on pools that don't have as much.
That's cool. Right. So
yeah, and definitely check out definitely check out the app.perp.com and the pools section. Like some of the APRs are very interesting. You have to, it'll show like a range of the APR. So from a very low to a very high, and basically that depends on what range you put your liquidity in. So the smaller the range, the higher the APR. But of course, if you have a small range, then chances are the price will leave the range. So
yes, I'm showing the page.
Yeah.
Can you see? I'm showing the page. Okay. The range is really strange. Like Solana is like 20% to 500.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
So the 20% would be if you just put your liquidity across the entire price range. So from, like 0 up to whatever, a very high number. And the 500 would be if you put all of your liquidity in like the smallest possible current price range. I think basically one tick. I don't think it's actually possible using our UI to get that 500. You would have to like directly interact with the smart contract. And it would be pretty challenging. But if you like a challenge, then you can try that out. I'll also just mention like LP, being a market maker or LP on Perpetual Protocol version 2 is pretty difficult. Don't just go and like put in liquidity and expect to earn a lot of money. You have to know what you're doing. So before you try this, definitely check out our docs or come and chat with us on Discord, which is what I always say, because it's a lot easier to lose money than to earn money. So just be careful.
And for ETH market, it's like if you put full range, it's 0%.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually 0. It's just like a very low number below. It's like 0.0001 or something.
Right. So it's still good. So it's really flexible for users to play around, but be careful. Okay, so next session is about partnerships and marketing activities. We have like 6. The first one is mainnet trading competition. We have concluded, we have concluded the mainnet trading competition, and the winners were Team Solana. And I was kind of surprised. Were you surprised that Team Solana wins? I thought there are not a lot of Solana lovers from our community. What do you think?
You don't need to love Solana to trade Solana. You can short it.
Oh, okay, that's right. Right. So maybe because we have a lot of Solana haters. So, okay. But I think the winner has the most trading volume, right? And Solana has been like going down a bit, so they win because of that. Anyway, so do you guys see anything fun from during the competition? If not, I think we can skip this one.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some like pretty fun moments. Unfortunately, I personally was busy with some other stuff at the time, so I didn't really get a chance to get into it, which is sort of unfortunate. I know definitely for our testnet competition, there was a lot of craziness. And way back in the old days with version 1, there was all kinds of crazy things. But this time, our team is so much bigger now. Like I actually didn't really have a chance to follow this too closely.
That's cool. Right.
So
Xing, what about you?
For trading competitions, it's pretty normal that people always wait until the last day, and then they will see which team is more having higher chance to win, and then they will choose that team. So before the last day, I think it's always been Solana and Ethereum, these 2 teams that have like higher trading volume. And then we'll just see which one have the most loss or most profit. Yeah.
Wow, it's really easy. So I should people should just wait until the last day and join the biggest team.
Yeah, kind of. I know there are people, they are joining the team based on which NFT they like
Oh,
because it's
okay.
the PFP.
That makes
So
sense as
they
well.
just choose by the design. Yeah.
Okay, right. And the next one is Trufy Partnership. So I think Xin is more familiar with this. Can you share some of the details?
Yeah. For a high level, a quick intro of Trufy. So Trufy is a lending protocol that offers under collateralized loans. The partnership we have with them is that we launched the first protocol to protocol lending portfolio. And the goal for this partnership is to support more deeper liquidity on Perpetual. So Trufy will be managing the portfolio and will provide compliance servers for the loan that we facilitate. So it's not open to like anyone can do the under collateralized loan. It has to be whitelist and people that we tend to, this is actually the first time. So it kind of is in the experimental stage. If everything goes well, smoothly, I believe Trufy will open up to work with many other protocol to facilitate the similar loan. Yeah.
Okay, right. So this is not for everyone. But I think the IVO is for everyone, right? Can you like explain a little?
Yeah, that's correct. Well, actually, IVO, you have to be on the whitelist as well.
Right.
But to be on the whitelist is very easy. You just kind of put down your wallet and then follow us on Twitter. It's some very simple social check. So it's very fast to be on the whitelist. So we kick off this campaign, I believe, last week. And IVO is basically a convertible voucher offering. So we are selling the voucher. And what this means is it's a voucher that can be converted at maturity. So it's going to be I'm going to keep this brief and high level because it's actually quite a complex product. But basically, there will be a price range where we set it at half of, I don't really remember exactly the price, say perp was $6. So we set it as half of the price, that will be $3 to $12. So this is the price range between 3 to 12. And maturity, which is 4 months later, if per price goes up higher than $12, you can use $12 to buy the perp token. Say perp goes to $20, so you get this price difference and then you can profit from that. Or perp goes down to $1, which is pretty impossible. But if that unfortunately happens, you are going to buy perp with $3. So that's the risk, that the downside you have to bear in mind to buy this voucher. So basically you use USDC to buy the voucher, and then at maturity, you can redeem the voucher. Before the maturity, you can sell your voucher to anyone on Soul Finance UI. You can also split it, so you don't have to sell the entire voucher. You can split it, and they have this marketplace on Solve, so you can just do the secondhand market selling or buying from there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So from last week's AMA, we invited Ryan from Soul Finance, and I think there's a YouTube video there. So if anyone from the audience missed the AMA last week, you can check out our YouTube channel. And I remember he said it's financial NFT, which sounds really cool.
Because the voucher itself is a NFT. It's sorry, I forgot which one is, like 3774, something like that. It's a very different one. And the offering is not ended yet. We're gonna end the sale tomorrow at 9 p.m. Singapore time, so 24 hours left.
Wow. So people can still have the chance to get it, right?
Yeah, if you're on the whitelist, then you can still purchase it.
Okay, that's cool. I was wondering, because it says IVO, but it also says convertible voucher offering. Where's the I?
It's a
Never mind.
initial voucher offering. So
Okay. So
yeah.
no convertible. It's not like ICVO. Yeah, never mind. Sorry. Okay, so the next one is the e-Stanford. And I think I read a lot of article about e-Stanford, and it's really nice to see so many people joining the conference, even when the market is not that bullish, I think. And I heard there are around like 12,000 people attending the e-Stanford, where the number was like 6,000 in 2020, and it was 3,000 in 2018. So it's like a double every two years, which is really cool. So did you hear anything fun at East Denver?
We hosted a party at East Denver with Trufy, Balancer, and
Yeah.
Celeste and Cal Swap.
We have a
So
really
yeah,
cool video.
yeah, it's a big party in a nice venue. Lots of, I think more than 1,000 people showed up. So they definitely look like they had a great time.
Yeah.
Really wish I could be there.
Yeah, it's really nice, like a nightclub, and people are dancing. Is it really about DeFi and engineers? I was wondering.
Yeah, talk to our team. We have 3 people went to East Denver. They had a great time, and then they also went to many other events and party hosted at East Denver. And yeah, it seems like there are a lot of retailer interests that showed up at East Denver. So that's definitely because East Denver is supposed to be a developer centered conference, but there were a lot of interest from retailers, VCs, and other projects. And I think that's a good sign that we're getting more and more interest from broader audience, not just limited to developers. Yeah.
Yeah. Lee, do you think you will want to go to this party?
I guess so. I don't know. I mean, it looks like you say, it looks like a nightclub. So I'm not sure if this is like stock footage or if it's a real party. I guess it's the real party though.
Yeah, it is really
It
cool.
is the real party.
Yeah. I want to go. Yeah. Okay, so this is for East Denver. Oh, let's go back.
Yeah, personally, I'm more curious about the one coming up in Bogota, Colombia, hopefully in the fall. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Cool. Right. Oh, and what's the next events to go to? Are we going to another event soon?
Yeah, if anyone from the audience are curious where to party next, I would definitely recommend you guys going to Dev Connect in Amsterdam, which will be in April. That's from April 18th to 25th. And it's kind of the warm up of DevCon in Bogota in October. After Amsterdam, the next 2 things will probably be the permissionless. It's going to be a DeFi focused conference in Palm Beach. And then after that, that's in May. And after that will be the consensus in Austin, in Texas this time. They usually have consensus in New York. This time they moved to Austin. So yeah, it's going to be fun. And looks like every month there's a major crypto event in different city. After June, that will be ETHCC in Paris. That will be in July. That's also a super big one and super fun. People knows how to party in Paris. So I'm looking forward to all this coming up events.
I'm impressed that you remember all this. It's
Yeah,
so cool.
it's on my calendar. That's my job.
Cool.
Finding out parties to go.
Right. What a wonderful job. Okay, next one is the Ribbon Finance. It's interesting because it says it's only accessible for early partners, but there are some sneak peek on Twitter, and I'm not gonna show it, but it says the premiums earned for the first month was 17K, which is over 1% yield, only for 1 month. So far, it looks really good, but I think it's only for partners. So for now. And the last one is Cointelegraph article. So one of our co-founders, Yan Wen, wrote an article about how derivatives trading poses a risk to retail investors. So if you are a retail trader, there are some tips for you in this article, so don't miss out. Okay, so the last section is what will happen in the next sprint, which is next 2 weeks. We have one sprint every 2 weeks. So I think there are some topics here. There will be more markets that we already covered. Multi-collateral, I think this is worth mentioning. So we've been doing a lot of research on the implementation of on-chain multi-collateral. And I think what makes us different and outstanding is that we are highly composable. And this is really exciting for us. And I know a lot of people are asking about other things like limit order, but there are a lot of people asking about multi-collateral as well, right? So Lee, what do you think, or Xing, what do you think about this feature? And what kind of things other projects can do with this feature?
Yeah, for sure. There are partners who are waiting for us to implement this, and they'll be able to use this feature in implementing, or use this feature in integrating with us, which will bring even more trading volume. So that's really cool. Since basically day one of our project, people have been also asking, if we're going to offer inverse perpetuals, and inverse perpetuals aren't as popular as they used to be, but people still want to be able to use different assets as collateral. Like if they're BTC maxi or ETH maxi or whatever their favorite collateral is, they want to be able to keep holding that token, but also use it to trade perps at the same time. So yeah, we're working really hard on implementing this. We'll be following basically the FTX model for doing it. So if you're familiar with how FTX does their multi-collateral, it's going to be pretty similar to that. But yeah, this is our top focus for development now. And if things go well, it should maybe enter audit in this quarter. But yeah, it really depends on how the development goes for this.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And next one is backstop liquidity provider. Lee, can you explain what backstop means?
Yeah, so this is actually a bit of a weird one that would be pretty specialized. Backstop liquidity provider basically will be special entities essentially that will buy the bad debt if it occurs on the platform. So let's say someone has a very big position and the price of their asset drops really fast and they cannot be liquidated in time. This creates a bad debt, and backstop liquidity provider basically provide a way for this liquidity provider to buy the bad debt. And like the exact details of how that'll work, we'll have more information for that coming soon. But basically, it's like a specialized function to backstop the exchange by selling the bad debt to basically liquidators.
Wow, that's nice. Sounds really good. Although it's a little complicated, right? Okay, so this is from the engineering side. And we are also working on the arbitrager bots. So we currently want to gradually phase out the internal arbitrager bots and focus on the open source arbitrager. Lee, can you help our audience to understand why we want to do that?
Yeah, so because we have an AMM-based exchange, the price only changes when people make trades. So what happens is if there's a price change in the broader market, like let's say the price of Ethereum goes up, the price will not move on our platform or on Uniswap or any other AMM exchange until there's some arbitragers who come in and buy the token or sell the token if the price is going down. And so initially, because there are not so many people using the platform, we rely on our arbitrager bot that's run by the team itself. And we had this in our V1 as well, and we also have it in V2. But the goal is to, eventually phase out this bot, so we're not really using it as much anymore. So for V1, pretty much at this point, we're not using it at all, or very little. And for V2, we're relying on it more. And a major component for phasing out the bot will be to have an open source bot that anybody can run. And basically how it works is you will, like, let's say, you know, if the price on Perpetual is lower, then you will buy on our platform and you will sell, have like a short on another platform like FTX. And then when the price converges, then you can close those positions and earn some money. So for our V1, the open source arbitrage bot that we made was pretty popular, and a lot of people either ran it themselves or they used it as like a model for building their own bot. Yeah, so we're working hard right now to create the same type of bot for V2, and that should be out probably pretty soon. So if you're interested in this kind of arbitrage, then definitely keep an eye out for that.
That's cool. Wow, this is so interesting. All right, so then next up is the bridge and swap integration, that we will have the bridge integrated on our UI. So we don't have to go to other platform to bridge our funds, as far as I know. And the next one is market listing. We've covered MacBook Mania. We've covered Word Program ongoing. We've covered, and the last one is a community call, which is this one, and it's number 20 now. And I think it's been 1 year, right? So Lee, do you have any thoughts about this? And I think Xin was there 1 year ago for the first one.
No, I've never been on community call. I was behind the scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Xing, I would definitely say you've been on the call, according to me, because like you're definitely like a really key component of those early calls. Like the person helping behind the scenes, doing so many things while we're on the call. It was really useful.
I think the last time when we want to issue the NFT, we failed, and Xing saved us.
Yeah, that's right. Anybody who got the NFT for the call last time, it was because of Xing's last minute effort to save it. So thanks so much for that. But definitely, yeah, I can't believe it's been a year of community calls already. It's been pretty amazing year, and so many things have happened. I feel like it's been a lot longer than a year. But yeah, good memories of that first call. It was really, if any of you who are listening now have like seen that first call, it was really bad. It was so bad that I had to like edit the video before we put it up on YouTube. There was so many like, there's so many technical issues. Yeah. Because there's so many technical issues, I had to do some editing. Anyway, but we got a lot better at it, and we're always trying to improve and get better. So hopefully, hopefully next year we'll be saying the same thing. Like, wow, I can't believe that call number 20 was so bad. But we're doing our best.
Okay.
Oh, I remember the first few times when we had the community call, and when Lee tried to use the virtual background, he always disappeared. Like half of the face will be blending to the background, and there's some technical issue, so he has to find a white wall in the back.
Because
lots of stuff.
The color of the background is too similar to your skin. Is it
the
reason?
I don't know if that's the exact problem. It could also be because I use Linux on my computer, and using Zoom with Linux doesn't really work so well. It's gotten better though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you guys remember how many people joined in a call in peak for the first time?
I don't remember, because we actually held the call directly on Zoom. Like people didn't.
I see. So it's not
didn't watch by YouTube. Yeah. So I can't remember how many people, but it would have been like 20 or 30, and a lot of those would have been team members. So
I remember it's around 20 to 30.
Okay, and a lot from team members. So it's like our all hands meeting, but just publicly.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so this is the team updates for the past 2 weeks. So if you have any questions, sorry, bless you, Lee.
I heard someone sneeze.
Okay,
yeah, it happens every time.
Oh, you mean like before the Q&A time?
I forget what time it happened last time. It seems to be a regular thing now.
Take care. All right, so if if anyone have any questions, leave them in the chat or on Discord channel. We have a community call question. There are already some questions. And also, if you're listening to us, remember to subscribe our YouTube and also the newsletter. That actually newsletter is this one, and you can find it on our Twitter. All right. Right. Another thing I want to shout out the hiring thing. So we are hiring. We are looking for a lot of people actually, because people have been asking for more features like limit order, multi-collateral, and more like cross-chain solutions. A lot of things to do, but our team is still really small. So we are looking for Solidity engineers, front-end and back-end engineers, and also looking for a senior community manager and BD. And there are some several operations job too. So please go to jobs.perp.5. That is jobs.perp.5. If you can find it, join our Discord server and ask in any channel, and I'll find you and I'll answer you. Okay, so let's see what questions we get. Oh,
Yeah, there's
Lee,
actually quite a few questions.
Yeah, Lee, do you think you should send the pull-up link?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So this time we're going to use POAP to send for NFT for anybody who's joining the call. So I'll just post a link.
Yeah, so from now until the end of the call, you will be able to claim the POAP with the link, and it's limited. So please just claim once. Don't just claim many times. And we will close the page when the call ends. Cool. So can you see the question on YouTube, or do I have to go to YouTube to see the questions?
Yeah, I can see the questions. So actually the first question is there any OAT for this AMA? And actually we have the POAP POAP. So that the answer is sort of yes.
We don't have OAT, we have POAP.
Yeah, although we definitely like using OAT as well. So we might use that in the future. But the last time we tried to use POAP, but it didn't really work. But it seems like they improved their process. And so it's pretty smooth this time.
Yeah.
Should be smooth. All right. So hold on. I saw. So somebody asked, how can we check the top referral partner? I'm not sure that it's possible to see the top referral partner. That's a good question. I guess when you like the rewards will be sent every week on chain on Optimism. So you could see that transaction and see the addresses, but we don't really release like the names of those people. Like some of those people would have public addresses, but some of them aren't. So we're not really releasing that information at the moment.
Okay.
So the next question I see is what promising steps does your protocol plan to implement in order to keep up with the agenda? I'm not sure exactly what agenda they mean, but our main focus right now is really on partnerships. We're really going hard on like the composability aspect of DeFi, and we really think that that's like the #1 advantage that we have, especially over other, centralized exchanges and sort of semi-DeFi exchange like DYDX that are not composable and have this sort of composability limit. So yeah, really focusing on partnerships. And that's one of the reasons that we're focusing mostly on the multi-collateral function right now, because that will help a bunch of our partners implement or integrate with us. Yeah, so that's the main plan that we have right now. We're also putting a lot of focus on the referral program. As you can see, like we have a really like massive push for the referral program right now.
Yeah,
we know like
MacBooks.
Yeah, exactly. 30 MacBooks is like pretty big deal. We know that in the past, referral programs have worked really well for like FTX, and then going way back to like PayPal relied a lot on referral programs. So
PayPal,
yeah.
You just revealed your age.
Well, it's not that old. I mean, we all know about Elon Musk, right? Actually, maybe people don't know that Elon Musk was the founder of PayPal.
I think maybe people don't know he's from PayPal.
It's possible.
Nice.
All right, so I'm old. I'm too young. I'm too old for Sandbox, but I know about PayPal. So, but actually, I saw PayPal going down a lot. Like their stock went down a lot recently, I think. So that seems to be like maybe it's the end for PayPal.
You're so bad.
Well, I mean, it was an interesting experiment, but I think cryptocurrency really like changed the game, and PayPal is not able to keep up with it, being a centralized platform. So
That's true.
it's just a different game now.
Yeah, and it's the user interface is really hard to use, too complicated. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really their fault. I think their plan originally was to be something like a cryptocurrency. Like they had the same goal, but they were using a centralized format, and they just came up against the problem that every centralized project came up against before Bitcoin. So yeah, it's kind of like the grandfather of cryptocurrency in a way, but not.
Who's the father?
Satoshi Nakamoto, of course.
All right. So in this case, Satoshi's father is PayPal. Anyway, never mind. So what's the next question?
All right. So the next question we have is, are we planning to work with other rollups like ZK Sync or StarkNet? And the answer is definitely yes. In the future, at some point, we will most likely work with some ZK type of rollup if that becomes popular. So, all of these things like StarkNet are in the very early stages. So maybe, in like 6 months, a year, or 2 years, however long it takes for these projects to get off the ground, we would start looking into that. At the same time, we are really happy with how things are going with Optimism, and we'll be working even more closely with them in the future. And Optimism actually, doesn't maybe sound quite as cool as like a ZK rollup, but they actually have a lot of potential optimizations to perform and room to grow in terms of their, the way their platform works. So I think, Optimism is like definitely not out of the race by any means. Like I think we're going to see some really interesting things coming out of Optimism over the next year. So yeah, I mean, maybe ZK is the future, and if so, we'll definitely be going there. But for the moment, we're really happy with Optimism, and we look forward to working with them more in the future. So the next question we have from Francis is, hold on. He says, actually, from his point of view, Perp is not that user-friendly, which is a great point. And we definitely acknowledge that in our current form, Perpetual Protocol is not super user-friendly. And one of the reasons is, Perpetual futures aren't all that easy to use to begin with. And we're really focusing on working with partners. Like we could, work with our own team to like make it as user-friendly and easy to use as possible. And we definitely have that as one of our goals. But we also feel like if we can work with outside partners, then we can, leverage their community and also leverage their development resources to create more user-friendly options for people, for traders and liquidity providers. Yeah. And by doing that, we can like expand even faster than we could just by going on our own.
Yeah, I think Franz got a really good point. So Franz, if you have better idea for the UI, maybe you can apply for our grants program and build a better UI for us.
Yeah, that's an awesome idea.
I think it's possible that this person might just be the user. So we actually do user interview from time to time. And if you have some such suggestions of what we can improve on the user experience, feel free to let us know in our Discord. We have a feedback channel where you can just post all your feedback. And we also have an in-house user experience designer that is working hard on improving the experience for you. So hopefully one day that will change your mind.
Yeah. Okay, welcome. Welcome any feedback.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Okay, so our next question is, are there any future plans to, I guess it's any future plans to cooperate with Binance?
Good question.
Yeah, we don't have any specific plans at this time. We'd definitely be open to it. Like something really cool that could happen. Well, I mean, this is like just a crazy idea, but like Binance could offer, let their users directly trade perps on our platform. I sort of doubt that would happen in the short term. The other question that you might have is like, would we launch on their BNB chain or BSC, now called BNB chain? And because we run on Uniswap v3 right now, and that's not currently running on BNB chain, then that's not really an option. So maybe, it's possible in the future. We're not really sure, but we don't have any specific plans for this right now.
Okay. Yeah, well, I was kind of surprised that they changed the name to BNB Chan. Maybe not surprised because too many bad things happened to BSC, so they want to change the name. Anyway, it's cool.
Yeah, I didn't look into the reason why they changed it, but I don't know. I think maybe more people know about BNB, or they just want to promote BNB for people, more people to use that and increase the price. So I'm not sure.
Cool.
So go ahead.
Yeah, I can see the questions now. Next one is that pull up only for one person. I think so. Empty. Pull up is ran out. Let me check because it's a limit. It's like, I think there's a limit of 150 pull up for this call. I didn't expect there would be so many people. So I think it's out of pull up. I'm not sure what we can do here.
Yeah.
Let me check what I can do.
It's possible that some people claim more than one because we only have like 130 viewers, but there were more than 130 POAP to claim. So
yeah, anyway. Okay. Next time we will issue more, but this time I think it's done. Okay. Okay, is there any other questions?
Yeah, there's actually a bunch of questions from Discord.
Oh, right.
So one person asked if they can know more about the perp voucher on Solve and how it works. Yeah, so basically like Xing was mentioning earlier, you buy the voucher and then in 4 months, the price of perp will, if it goes down, then you can sell, you can sell for a higher price. If the perp price goes up, then you can buy for a lower price. Or if it's within the range, then you just get, I'm not actually sure, you just get your money back plus a premium. Is that right, Xing?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, yes.
And I think Baby Tiger, the one who asked this question, he asked similar question last week on the AMA, if I remember correctly. Hi, Baby Tiger. Thanks for the questions.
Yeah, Baby Tiger, if you want to know more, then maybe you want to go to the Solve Discord and ask them. They'll know, like, they have the most in-depth details about how their IVO works.
Okay, and Solas, one of our prevangelists, asked, would added collateral types be limited to stablecoins? I don't think so, right?
Maybe at the very beginning, it might be some stable coins, but definitely it's our goal to add different assets like BTC and ETH and other major assets like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And someone called 2013 asked, could you please open source or at least NPM release the GraphQL code? It doesn't have to be on GitHub. Do you know about this?
Yes, I do. Well, sort of. this user, really great to meet you because he asked a lot of questions in Discord,
okay.
and it's really awesome. He's got like a lot of questions, and they're always very technical and interesting questions.
Mhm.
We will definitely open source GraphQL. I think we'll probably open source the subgraph code. I'm not exactly sure what the plan is for that right now. But we're working on open sourcing a bunch of different code for our version 2. So it's definitely coming. And now that you mentioned this like specific question, then I'll make sure to put it on the list of things for us to release. Yeah. So I can't guarantee like when it would be released, but for sure, like for a subgraph, we had the for version 1 of our platform, we had the subgraph code in our GitHub. So I expect we'll also do that for version 2.
Mhm. Okay. Cool. Yeah, he's asking why we are not answering his question right now. Okay. Next question is from iCarus, asking when will staking be migrated to Optimism? When will limit orders be supported?
Yeah, I guess it's pronounced Icarus. Anyway,
sorry.
yeah, that's okay. Yeah, so we are working on upgrading our tokenomics, and that includes the staking as well. So it's very likely that we'll eventually migrate staking to another platform, but we don't have a solid plan for this yet. It's still in the like discussion phase and research phase. So yeah, we don't have a date for that, but we're definitely working on it. And you know, the staking the current staking model applies mostly to our V1, which was never like fully completed actually. So definitely staking needs to be updated, and that is a priority for us. But there are a couple of other things in line in front of it, including that multi-collateral function. So we're working on that first. And when will limit orders be supported? Also an excellent question. We sort of hope that maybe like we'll be able to do this either through a partner or you know, sometime in the future. Or yeah, we don't have we don't have a specific date for this. But we definitely know like it's a major feature that people keep asking for. So yeah, it will be, you know, we're doing our best to like create this, but we don't have a specific timeline for it at the moment, unfortunately.
Yeah, a lot of people have been asking about limit orders. We want to do it, but yeah, we need time.
Yeah, the main problem is like on-chain limit orders are a little bit tricky. It's not easy to do, especially since on Optimism currently like the gas fees are not really super low. They've gone down quite a bit since we started actually. Optimism has done a bunch of optimizations. So the gas fees have gone down quite a bit, but it's still not really at that level where limit orders can be done like on a very reliable basis, especially for smaller orders. So this is another sort of obstacle that we're working on. But yeah, it's definitely on the list of things that we know we need to do. But yeah, no date yet.
All right, so next one, DDD Family Party asks, how to ensure the safety of funds and how to ensure the smoothness of transactions when there are many people. By many people, does it mean many users or team members?
Yeah, I assume he or she is talking about the like what happens when there's a really high volume. So we've done some stress testing on our platform to make sure that it's possible for a lot of transactions to happen at once. But obviously there is a limit even for like centralized exchanges. Sometimes in high volatility conditions, the exchange goes down. We haven't really encountered like any super high volume periods since we launched our V2. For the safety of funds, basically the sort of I mean, if you're just a regular user, then basically for any DeFi project, you are basically depending on the audits that the project has done. So as Hannah mentioned earlier in this call, we are currently doing our like 5th audit. So our code has been audited by a lot of different companies. So that's one thing that you can sort of rely on a bit to know how safe the funds are. If you're a technical user, you can also review the code, which is available on Etherscan. If you want a link for that, you can either look at our docs or come to our Discord to ask. And you can review the code for yourself. And like for the the vault that stores the actual collateral is pretty easily auditable. It's not like super complicated contract, so you could take a look at that. But for the average user, yeah, you're basically relying on audits and this is true for basically any DeFi project.
Yeah. Cool. And next one, Daniel asks, do we have tokenomics updates on the agenda? I think soon.
Great question. Like I mentioned a little bit earlier, our current tokenomics and including the staking and all kinds of things related to the perp token are back from the V1 days, and now we're in the V2 era. So that we're definitely looking to update that. And but it's still in sort of the discussion phase and research phase. But if you have ideas and you want to like chat with us about it, definitely let me know. I know Daniel is like one of our prevangelists and project OG. He's been with us almost for 2 years probably by this point. So yeah, definitely get in touch if you have any ideas.
Yes. And I think Nicolay is asking a similar question to Migo Gayton. So he asks, which blockchain is best for your platform?
Yeah, that's a great question. Actually, this is an interesting one because the reason that we switched, originally we were planning to launch on Arbitrum, and eventually we decided to launch on Optimism. And one of the reasons is that Arbitrum's had a lower gas limit than Optimism. And so that means that, the complexity of our transactions would be limited quite a bit. And we didn't want to have that limitation. So when we choose a blockchain, we really have to keep in mind like how much gas can we use per transaction. So right now, as far as I know, Optimism is definitely more than capable of running us, and Arbitrum will also be able once they launch their Nitro upgrade, maybe in April. That's a date that I've heard, but I'm not really 100% sure when they're going to launch that. I think Polygon can also handle our transaction size, but Polygon recently has also had some bandwidth issues, so it's not like a perfect solution. So yeah, really right now it looks like Optimism is probably the best, but we're always looking at different options and seeing what choices we have. But ultimately the best platform for us will also have Uniswap v3 because we rely on that as the transaction engine to actually perform the trades. So there's a bunch of factors to consider for this.
Yeah, actually I was wrong. I thought the next question is similar to this. Actually, Migo Gayton, I think it's our new prevangelist. He asks, when stacking on optimistic network, and I think it's been answered previously, right? And Agent Zero is asking any update on limit order. I think it's been answered. So is there any new questions? Yes, I think we covered all the questions. Any new questions on YouTube? A lot of users are asking for more follow-up. Sorry, it's limited. All right, so I think we can wrap it up for today's call. So any other things you guys want to share? And we're gonna have this community call, this format of community call every 2 weeks because we have the engineering sprint every 2 weeks. So in the beginning of every 2 weeks, we will decide what we want to focus for the next 2 weeks. And the newsletter is actually based on that. So we will review what we have done for the past 2 weeks, and then we will plan what we will focus on for the next 2 weeks. So we want to have the community call, a regular community call, so we can sync up with everyone from the community and ask questions. Cool. So any other things to add?
Oh, that's it for me.
Okay.
Yeah, not for me.
Cool. Okay. Thanks everyone for joining. So see you guys next Wednesday. I think it should be that. Cool. Have a good evening or good morning or good afternoon.
Yep. Thanks for
Okay,
coming, everyone.
guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, we are
Thank you, Anna.
offline.